The house is 2,600 square feet. There are 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. At 23 years old, I did not expect to buy a home. I didn't think it was going to happen, and it happened. My parents and I have been living in this home for 6 months. My family was a huge motivator into looking into homes, mostly because the places where we lived, we were very tight, didn't have a lot, and I always envisioned myself later in the future owning a home where we would have lots of space. I didn't know anything about the home buying process. It was a learning experience from the jump. The first step that I took was finding the right bank. I Googled options to get a loan when you don't have the credit or the income, and I learned about the non-qualified mortgage. The original budget that we settled on for the home buying process with the non-qualified mortgage was $325,000. We wanted a home that would fit all of us, meaning my parents, myself, my 2 little brothers, and my dog. We definitely needed at least 3 rooms. Definitely needed high ceilings, definitely needed a garage to fit our cars, and a driveway and 2 bathrooms. My realtor Frank and I, we were looking at houses, I would say at least 3 times a week for the duration of 2.5 months. First home that I saw was in Roselle Park. While the space was a little tight on the inside, there were enough rooms for all of us to comfortably reside in. There was a bathroom in the main portion of the home and in the basement. I made an offer as soon as I saw it. I was very excited. I thought that was going to be the home, but unfortunately my offer got rejected. We went to look at other homes. Frank showed me a very nice home in Maplewood. The home was listed for $300,000. I offered $315,000. We were unfortunately rejected. Frank and I got together and we knew that we had to go about this a different way, that we couldn't keep looking at houses that were ready to move in and were seemingly perfect. We had to start looking at houses that had a major flaw or any condition that might make a buyer overlook it. So we looked at this house in Elizabeth. Honestly, I fell in love with it when I saw it. That home had a listing flaw, being that the house was occupied by tenants. I knew that it was a high risk, but something felt right about the home. We had Frank put in the offer the same day that I saw it, but we were unfortunately rejected because there was a higher offer. So at that point, I was completely demoralized. I was done with looking at homes. I said, maybe I'm going to wait until I have more income to get a house with a larger budget. 3 weeks later, I got a call from Frank. The original bidders for the home were rejected. Therefore, they went to the second offer, which was my offer. Another step was the home inspection. We were also looking for credits during that home inspection. When you purchase a home, credits are sort of discounts that you could get, that you could apply towards the purchase for any major flaws in the home. We were able to find asbestos in the basement and negotiate a credit for that. The final budget of the house with the credit applied was $315,000 with the down payment of $47,000 and the closing costs of about $14,000. People such as myself, being a DACA recipient who might not qualify for the same type of loans natural born citizens might qualify for, realize that it is possible to get a home. It was a very heavy process to move in. After we were settled in and after we gave the keys into our old apartment, it was a great feeling. We felt free. We felt like we finally had something to call our own. So this is my living room. It is furnished with all the furniture from our previous home, furnished by my mother, of course. These are the hardwood floors. They were restored pretty recently. A lot of the newer houses you see have vinyl floors to look like hardwood floors, but these are actual hardwood floors, and they came out very nice after the restoration. One of my favorite parts about this house is the long driveway. We're able to fit roughly about 4 cars. If you take notice here, you can see we added solar panels in an effort to go green and be more energy efficient. So this little room right here was a closet beforehand. Since this house was built in the 1900s, it was used as sort of a storage closet and a coat room adjacent to the dining room. So when people would have guests over, they would come in here and hang up their coats. So we decided to tear the wall down. I personally thought this would be a great opportunity to build a shower since it was adjacent to the wall where all the piping was, but my mother wanted a private office, so we ended up going with the office. It's hard to put a price figure on how much we spent overall because it's something that just keeps on going and going, But if I had to take a guess on how much we spent on renovations, I would say roughly about $15,000. My parents always liked putting money to the side because they always knew that if they moved into a home, they would want to do renovations. When you're owning a home, fixing it up makes it better and better, makes you more comfortable and more satisfied with it. So I feel great about the renovations. Now that I purchased the home, I feel great. I love this home. There's a lot of space, there's a lot of potential, and I'm very excited to keep working on it as the years pass.